I know I'm a content creator, I'm a streamer, I'm the e-boy, I'm the YouTuber. I have to... Come on guys to our Pro Tour watch party! I just can't, you know what I mean? I just can't do it. Well, we cut... Mulliganing a hand with 2 amulets is so tough, but you have to mulligan this on the play. It like physically hurts me to mulligan a double amulet hand. Okay, and this would be a really good mull to 6. It is not as good of a mull to 5. IDK about that? You don't know about what? Me having the most experience? More experience with Timeless Lotus than anybody else? Notably, Sculpting Steel would be good here. Well, it says one of your other brews, okay? I don't know what that means. Yeah, you've carved for Leveler would be kind, that's true. Which Imperiosaur deck did I like the best? I don't know. Sorry. Gigantha. Oh, baby. Gigantha. Nobody. Also with Storm, you lose Gigantha, which we put in our hand here. Gigantha Riftbolt is interesting. The whole Discord for use Granite deck. Storm over Escape is huge new develop paper. Yeah, okay, sure. Maybe there are other people as much. I don't know. I feel qualified to talk about the freaking deck, man, y'all. I'm sure there's a Discord. I built the damn thing. Aspiring Spike built the deck in a cave with a box of scraps. No, it was a lot, you know, honestly, like, no, this deck is too complicated for me to, like, I don't take all the credit. Bob's Innovation's really sick. Escapes the Wilds was a chat suggestion. Filigree Sages was a chat suggestion. Nice turn 3 kill, yeah. Well, maybe we brick, that's okay though. How do you find those Discords? No, stop! Don't go into the Discords, no! Okay, so the main sideboard card is, do we want to bring in a Haywire Mite or not? I think not. Yeah, this is a Discord intervention. Bathroom King, 13 months, thank you. Yeah, no, but it honestly feels really good to have, like, a lot of minds on, like, you know, no jokes, no more making fun of Discord. Like, it is very cool that there's a Discord of people working on the deck. It's very cool that Bob's working on the deck. This is a deck I believe in now a lot more than I had previously. And, you know, human beings were meant to work together on stuff, so it's cool that we get to work on this stuff together. Curry, 10 months, thank you. Thank you. Is the reason to have to steal for Metamorph? Yeah, you can find it off Stirrings is the reason. It also does cost you 2 less life, which is, I think, pretty relevant in your combo deck, but the main, it also does not copy Grazer, which could be, like, I guess could be actually really relevant when you're hitting, when you're casting Storm, but I think it's close between like the ups and the downs here. We also have a Metamorph in the sideboard. But I do really feel like being able to be found off Stirrings and like get to copy that second amulet with Stirrings does feel important as well. So there's a lot going on. A lot of ins and a lot of outs to the case. That's an insane draw. I don't know what to discard. I guess I'm just gonna discard the Stirrings. Discord win. There is an Aspiring Spike Discord. I haven't been active in there in like 3 years. It's just not for me. Like I'm on here. I don't understand content creators who can like be active on stream all day and then like in the evening they're like chatting on Discord. Like when do y'all find time to do anything else? But you know, it's just not for me. Is really what I'm saying. Just not for me. Is for other people. I talk a lot on stream to y'all, and then you know, I got a lot of stuff to do in the evenings. Me and Esther went to a park last night. It was really nice. We stood by a pond and listened to some frogs. Highly recommend. Started planning a camping trip with some friends for summer, actually. Do we just win next turn? Yeah, this deck wins on turn 3 really consistently. Is there a conversation on which green selection spell you should be playing? Oath of Nissa, Seed of Hope, Communion of Dinosaurs, or Stirrings above these cards? In this deck, Stirrings is much, much, much better. It just looking at 5 and having, especially now with Sculpting Steel, the Stirrings are like in this version especially so nuts. But I think it's hard for Oath of Nissa or Seed of Hope or anything to be better also than those cards. Is Fire Blast legal in Modern yet? Did I take the dogs? No, we walked the dogs here at first. We ended up like getting dinner with friends and then just stopped by the park. So ended up not taking them. Don't let the dogs know. It was just kind of a spontaneous trip to the park. It was very nice. So we are kind of thinking about Sculpting Steel versus Azusa here, right? Because that's one big thought was like Metamorph Steel are better than Azusa. So here I'm going to play the Sculpting Steel, which is going to net me like plus 5 mana at least to plus 10. I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to win this. We would win this game, the game this turn really like with any combination of Azusa or Steel, so yeah, it's probably not the best turn to evaluate, but we will, for the first time today, show our opponent the door. Definitely not a bad first showing for Sculpting Steel, though. Because, I mean, the deck is, of course, just all about, like, finding Amulet and like, getting as many Amulets in play as possible. We really wish it was 1 less mana. Yeah, I know this deck is just so nuts. It's such a like marvel of deck building too. Big community effort. We can keep this. We're trying to figure it out. Yeah, the two life is not irrelevant. You know, like we played against Bird there. I think people like act like it's irrelevant, but it is. A lot of turn on the Ragavans today. Ooh. Well, I do think that I should wait a turn on the Stirring so I can try to Grazer block Ragavan. Use this for green mana. Ooh, Voidwalker. If they can cast this Karn, we're in bad shape. Now with 2 cards in their hand. Yeah, we actually cut the Emrakul from this build. I don't think you really need it. Obviously, like, fine. Don't think I can beat the Karn, so... I just want to concede before I reveal the hand. Not that... I guess they could theoretically think that I'm on regular Amulet Titan, but my reputation may precede me. Okay, so this is a matchup we're going to bring in, I think, the Mite over Azusa. Hope to kill them on turn 3. This is turn 3 kill. I dodge the Ragavan into Blood Moon, probably. We're even doing, I think, pretty good against, like, Scam Grief. Maybe 3 discard spells. Uh-oh. I guess I can play around the Blood Moon by just going Growth Chamber token. Yeah, sure. Thoughts on Mighty Meekstone to spin mana to Golos. No, don't. Mighty Meekstone, that card sucks. No, alright, it's just 5 mana, draw 2, tap for 2 mana. Why are we playing that over anything else? Cascade Hero. Okay. Can we get a refund on this deck tech? I just, you know, it's not that I like dislike living in. It's like I'm not really qualified to like talk about the tech of like Fury, Dead Gone, and living in. It seems fine. It's not something I'm going to be able to give you like really good insight on, and it's also something I'm not like super duper interested in. So if we have any mods, I could just refund the channel points. That'd be cool. Sorry. So we we theoretically have 7 mana here with the Lotus Field. It was Rhinos too. It was Rhinos in the sideboard. I mean, which, like, you know, we've all seen the sideboard Rhino deck. It's just not, to me, just not the most interesting. Sorry. I mean, I can Stirrings into Timeless Amulet, hopefully. And if I miss, I can go Karn Coating, keep them off red. Maybe do something else with the Karn. Ding. So I think we have infinite... yeah, we have the win here with Filigree Sages, I believe. I have exactly 7, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was really surprised to see Bob cut, like, the Filigree Sages and the door. It's like, I just feel like I'm in this spot so many times. And maybe Bob's brain is just so much bigger than mine that, like, you know, he's like, oh, I just win anyways. But, like, these kind of spots come up enough that I do think you want it. You also flashback the Storm here. It's just like, I don't know. A lot to work on, though. A lot of work. Can't make double blue? Yeah, you can't, so... You have infinite non-blue mana there. In that spot, we can flashback Storm, but we can also just Karn for Ballista there. Yeah, you have infinite non-blue mana with the combo. I like the decision to play around the Blood Moon that game. That was kind of fun. I also do like that this hand can beat a Blood Moon on the draw pretty well. It's got a blocker for Ragavan. And a matchup you don't want to mulligan in too aggressively. This is very weird because I like having a hand with no bounce land, no amulet breaks so many conventions, but this is a terrible matchup to mulligan in, and we're up against the Ragavan Blood Moon deck, which this is just like the ideal hand to beat Ragavan Blood Moon. And they take the Haywire Mite, which, you know, I'm not a gambling... no, I am a gambling man. But it likely means that they have the Blood Moon. But I could also just, like, cast Karn, not play the Rot Farm until turn 3... Yeah, they got the Blood Moon over there, y'all. Can maybe just like Karn for Mite. My gamble, man. Yeah, I like to gamble. Not that I do very often. Bajan 11 months. Thank you. Stirrings. Okay, no Blood Moon. Not this turn, at least. I feel like if they take the Mite, they definitely have it, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just wanted to wait. Yeah, there it is. Sculpting Steel, a treasure token, would be so funny. Cast Storm of the Festival next turn. I don't think I'm supposed to. Why would they sack their treasures in response? What are they gonna cast? Yeah, Karn. Yeah, I know we played all morning without Karn. So now they can cast Karn. Do they have anything to get? One card in their hand. Okay. Y'all, I just... Oh, fuck. The Karn turns off the treasure. No, the Karn turns off the treasure. Fuck. I was feeling so smart. Okay, 0.14 stupid, Phyrexian Metamorph. I was feeling so smart. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna use that for the 3rd green, baby. Okay, we're looking for Golos. We're looking for... Oh, I guess Golos... Oh, no. Another big point for Metamorph. Okay, Metamorph's probably better. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Could maybe a league with each. Oh no! That would have been such a great top deck. Could go Karn Bridge. And Karn, Okay, this is a good top deck, though. I'm only playing 2 forests, which is also maybe a mistake. It's just so hard to find all 3.
Yeah, I cut the 3rd forest for a breeding pool for like Boseiju purposes. That was also wrong. This deck's so tough. So I guess I am just gonna put a Lotus Field into play.
But I can trade for the Fury, and I'm still drawing to Boseiju. No, I'm not drawing to Boseiju. I'm drawing to just Timeless Lotus, I guess, at this point. Or Karn. Yeah, Timeless Lotus or Karn, or Stirrings into either of those cards. It's actually not that terrible. It ain't that good either, though. It doesn't tap. Lotus is stopped by Karn. Oh, right, okay. So I am literally just drawing to Karn. I can't... Yeah. Karn is my only out. I needed that Stirrings to dig for one. Yeah, with Karn I'd probably go like Bridge and then get Leveler the next turn. Yeah, only 2 Karns left. I mean, Golos also like can block. Another big point, I mean, here also, like, if we're talking about in this build playing Escape to the Wilds over Storm the Festival, like, we very likely would have won this game because we could cast Escape to the Wilds and we could Gigantha. We could have Gigantha this game, so this is another like conversation here. Is that like Escape is like way more castable through Blood Moon and lets you play Gigantha, so that could still be the right decision point. Take a king. So they have like a Terminator or something. Oh, maybe not. They have explosives on 5. I've never seen Rakdos explosives on 5 before. Probably happens. No, it never happens. We're not playing 3 basic Storm. I cut the 3rd forest for a breeding pool, thinking like for Boseiju. Like you mostly want these for Boseiju purposes. Like, but I think I'm just maybe not used to playing like Storm of the Festival, and we just need a 3rd forest. But it's also like not that easy to like tutor all those forests in this deck. Yeah, sadly not an out. Play this. The 3rd forest would be just as good as Gigantha. I mean, it's not a debate of 3rd forest versus Gigantha. It's Storm of the Festival versus Escape the Wilds. And one of those gives you Gigantha. Hit by Ragavan a lot of times this game, huh? No! Ragavan! Why? Fucking Ragavan. It's like every game we compare which feels better, and every game the answer is different. Yeah, that is kind of true. It is kind of true. Found off Stirring stinks, but it's probably not enough of a downside. This hand is also actually probably not a keep, huh? Loft, Tidmonty, thank you. Window Colossal Dreadmaw will be printed any day, hopefully. We also, now, for the first time that we're playing against, like, Mill, I think this is the first time I played against Mill with Timeless Amulet, and I don't have the Emrakul in the main deck. We still have it in the sideboard, which I think is, like, it's mostly for Mill at this point. Could maybe bring it in against, like, matchups with counterspells. Yeah, it's fun to do the brewing process in stream sometimes, not always. If they're main phasing this, they definitely have Surgical, so I need to not have 6 so I can concede to this Draw Step Surgical, probably. Oh, no Draw Step Surgical. I think we're going up a forest, down a breeding pool. But maybe just play 1 steel in the main deck, so I can find 1. Could maybe... No, it's probably better. It's better to play the Metamorph on the sideboard for Karn, because you can tutor it, copy Archon. Yeah, we have Emrakul on the sideboard, not the main deck of this this build. I don't think that the Emrakul in the main deck is that necessary, if you play the Karns. It's something I've been thinking lately. It's just like I don't really think there's like almost any reason to play it. The more I've been thinking about it. Is Crumbling Vestige like a pseudo bounce land, 2 mana with Amulet? It is kind of like that, yeah. It is that, yeah. But it is also like way worse than a bounce land overall, especially in a deck that's trying to get multiple amulets. But I think the first copy is fine. And maybe it's even just better to play like 4 forests like I was doing. Do better against Blood Moon. It's just so tough. The decision points in this deck have just felt so marginal, you know. I do have the Emrakul in the sideboard. Yeah, a lot of room for deck building. It's, you know, maybe, you know, it just ends up that this deck is going to just be a lot like Amulet Titan, in the sense that you have a lot of different deck builders that are divided on the best 75, and you have a lot of players finding like interesting techie pieces. The deck is definitely very powerful, very consistent, and you know, unfortunately, I don't think there is any good way to solve the deck's biggest problem, which is being really weak to a bunch of disenchants. Yeah, I agree. I'm going through like the normal Amulet Titan player existential crisis. Can I make a Saga token? Seems incorrect though. Could end up being correct. Could be like actually like what wins the game here, but probably not, right? How Scales been in my last? Happy with my latest list. I'm almost done building it. I mean, Scales has been really good. I haven't been playing it a lot lately, but typically it has been really good. There was something I wanted to do different with my last list. I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole Grove, the Brimrose thing is so stupid because we have to talk about it nonstop. But I did like leave my like last match with Scales thinking that it may be correct to switch the Groves for more aggressive lands, because I lost like being 5-1 in the Showcase Challenge because of the Grove. Just kind of hard to say for sure, because there's obviously like plenty of advantages to it. Or the advantage is like, you know, you get to be less painful in other matchups. Okay, so if I get Lotus Field, I have 7 mana, which I can Karn for a 3, which isn't all that relevant. Karn for Charleston 1 seems fine. And then we can maybe like tutor up a Timeless Lotus next turn. I like the Wishclaw Talisman from Bob. Like, I don't know how I missed it. I've played Wishclaw Talisman in like... Oh, whoops, this is 1 mana short. I've played Wishclaw Talisman in other builds in the past, though. Okay, so I guess we just go... Sculpting Steel... Needle Jace... Or you can say Metamorph. Okay, so next turn I have 6 mana. 6 mana is not enough to go Talisman for Lotus, cast it. But it's enough to... But I can go Golos for +1 mana, so I go 7, still 1 short. What happens if I go 6 mana? Yeah, I can't Metamorph before Golosing either. Just Coating might be enough. Yeah, probably not. Do I have Azusa? So like, I do have Azusa, so I can go 6 mana. I can go 6 mana next turn. Wishclaw for Azusa, 3 mana. Cast Azusa up to 8 mana, 9 mana if I cast the Golos. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get the Talisman. Just Sages draw Lotus. Why would they ever main phase this without knowing? I guess maybe they know about the needle somehow. Yeah, I guess they obviously know about the needle. Never mind. They probably have an archive trap too. Murderous cut my Golos. Not expecting to see that. Happy that they're not murderous cutting my Azusa. Who was the chatter that said just draw Timeless Lotus? Who was it? you had the right play, it seems. Hawk, 33 months, thank you. Damn it, it's just... That was the line the whole time. Alright, this is 9. Okay, Emrakul. Yeah, good job, Penny. That's how you play pro Magic there. Yeah, the Merger's Cut line was pretty bad, I agree. Would have been really punished by it if I had gone for the Azusa, which I was planning on before I drew the Amulet. The Lotus. I've only seen Carlos was on YouTube recently, so Cardboard is making my brain melt. Yeah, Karn does do that, huh? I mean, the Evasion of the Alarb is also like such an interesting option too, and it is really good with the Storm Tack. But it's also been a little while since I played these Karn versions, and Karn is like really good at getting you out of sticky situations too. It's just 4 mana, grabs you a Haywire Mite, grabs you a bridge, buys you time. It can be easy to forget how important that dynamic is. Or at least I kind of feel like I forgot. Do you like the new Wizards rocket for the deck? No, right? I don't know why you would. Can cast it if I Lotus Field. Let's not Lotus Field. Yeah, it's just like Terraria. It's just Terrarian with like a little. It's like strictly better Terrarian, I guess. It's fun. The One Ring is definitely making this deck sideboard as a Karn the Great Creator tutor target though, and it's gonna be a big player in 8 key also, I think. Would you have wanted Metamorph here? I mean, it's not any different, right? Since you grabbed it, the Sculpting Steel. Oh, right, I did grab Sculpting Steel Stirrings. Okay, so we're 1-1, but also like way more relevant. Like we would have won that game against Scam probably if it was Metamorph. Okay, so they're exiling my card, which is obviously like really bad because it's my. Oh, I have Storm the Festivals in the yard. Never mind. I have the Emrakul in the deck, so we have win conditions besides Karn, and we actually always have Golos Saga tokens too. Just discovered I played against you at GP Oklahoma City 2015, checking MTGO project. Yeah, that was my first ever GP. Very fun. Did not hit the Emrakul. Okay, so my plan this turn was to go Lotus Field, Timeless Lotus, Sculpting Steel. I feel like I'll just play Saga, Sculpting Steel. I do like this the Sculpting Steel tack. I think it's interesting. I really would love for it to be 1 less mana. Whole Grain, 4 months, thank you. Found your channel 2 years after Neo. Can conversate watching your brewers. We very love for game. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I always love hearing stuff like that. I don't know. It's kind of corny, but yeah, that's why I do it, y'all. Imagine Emrakul being the last card here. Okay, they mill me for 3 though. I guess we could wait on the Lotus Field potentially. We hit like a Grazer off the Storm. And I think we play second Timeless Lotus before flashing back. Maybe it's better to wait. Bit worried about bricking super hard. So I have 14 cards in my library. Oh my gosh, that is some bad lag, huh? I'm getting to be kind of sold on the Sculpting Steel / Metamorph tech. Leaning towards Metamorph over Sculpting Steel, though. Better grab a second Saga of Golos. No, we're just gonna win the game. You got 6 permanents, huh? Convenient. Just clear it up. Mulligan Val, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Hope you're doing well. Like the Azusa. Putting us on a Molta 6. We got our amulets with our sagas. We do need to find a bounce land. Could be good to graze. I usually hold the grazer. We're up against rhinos. Could like weirdly be a saga token game. Maybe not game 1, right? But if I grazer turn 1, I can go grazer saga, second saga, then I can cast the stirrings next turn without it being awkward that I also want to play the second saga on turn 2. Don't often play the grazer turn 1. Funny enough. I feel like this is a spot where it makes sense. Notably, this is another spot where, like, I would definitely not mind a Sculpting Steel here, because I can Sculpting Steel my Amulet next turn. Well, I guess I do also, of course, need a bounce land. See what we draw. The Gardens is very interesting. And I did not find a bounce land. Breeding Pool tapped helps. Let's just take the Timeless Lotus, play our second saga, and then we can search for Expedition Map if we really need to. Alright, by generally on the Saga token plan against rhinos on scales. Not generally, but when it's correct, I am. It's not plan A, but it's not plan B necessarily. It's just like, it would definitely contribute to a keep if I, you know what I mean? Why is the Garden Stream colorless? It's just like an alternate art for it. Mana Traders gave me 3/1 split here. Bounce land would be pretty good. Oh, funny draw. Funny. You never took 8 before, kid? Take 8. Force of Negation on the Lotus could be bad, but it also seems like we could potentially play through it. So we have... Yeah, we can spin Golos without ever playing our Timeless Lotus. That being said, they also did not Force of Negation my Amulet, which is kind of a towel. And if my opponent has any removal spell for the Golos, if they have like Dead Gone, it's kind of like... Actually, it doesn't matter. I just replay the Golos. I'm not just... Yeah, I can flip blue-green here, or flip a blue with the green, get Lotus Field, 9 mana. Yeah, this is fine. This is better against Force of Negation. Yeah, we're talking about Golos first, right? Yeah, because of the Force. Need to probably tap that Boseiju at some point. You didn't cast Amulet? Oh, did I get them? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I thought I cast one of them. No, you're right. Just gonna make Mardu real quick. Do you need to hit something? This qualifies. Alright, we win. Golos is such a crazy card, y'all. It was so funny because like it was during like the first trophy race, maybe it was the second, that like Golos got banned in EDH and people kept asking on my comment for it, and I kept going like, why are y'all asking me for comment on Golos? It's not a modern card. And then what do you know? It kind of is a modern card. What do you know? Crazy. Life is full of surprises. And now that I've been playing it so much in Modern, and it's like pretty good, I'm like, if something is kind of good in Modern, it's probably... I understand why it's bad in EDH. Yeah. Alright, so I do think you want to Mite against Rhinos, because they're either going to have Blood Moon or Binding. We'll cut a Sculpting Steel. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Be right back.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Okay, game 2 against Rhinos. Rhino's opponent who hopefully forgot to side in their Force of Vigors, huh? Opponent's on a Mold 5, which tends to bode well. Besides popularity, what's this lacking in from making a tier 1 like other multi-piece combo decks like Yogg and Titan and Plan B? Plan B is not important for a deck like this. The Titan doesn't have a Plan B. The Yogg barely has a Plan B. That's not it. What is it is that this deck is weak to Force of Vigor, and that's like the main thing. I'm gonna sandbag my Amulet here. Actually, the main thing is that you're just like that Force of Vigor card, the disenchants. It's like there's like just not good answers to them, you know. You know what I mean? I kind of like this pull the camera in to drive the point home a bit. I think it's working. Is this the Bob49 in chat? Yeah, we're playing Timeless Amulet. We've been trying a lot of different versions today. Been re-inspired by the Storm, the Festival tech. Although, I just feel like there's so many decision points. I'm having such a hard time with it. Thank you to Beach gifting a sub to Bob. Okay, so my opponent does not have Force of Vigor, right? Oh, maybe they do. Let's just chill on the casting this, I think. Oh. Well, they pitched another copy at least. It's tough, you know. So, like, I did make some other changes. We're testing out also, like, the Sculpting Steel. Sculpting Steel's over, like, the Explorers and the Azusas. They've been pretty good. Sculpting Steel over the Metamorph because you can find off Stirrings, but Metamorph is still probably a little bit better. It's also like we've lost a couple games where we would have won with Escape over Storm. It's just I don't know. My brain is kind of fried with the decision-making points. MCH with the Twitch Prime. I think the Invasion of Alara build also like works really well with Storm and has still some potential. Why save Amulet? I mean, if you get forced, aren't you getting forced anyways? Yeah, well, the hope is that they'll force just the one Saga at first. And I think I'd rather them force both Sagas than force Saga Amulet also. But I'm very excited that, you know, Bob's working on it. I'm excited that people are, you know, hammering the list out. What's my favorite deck of all time? I don't know. Not the one that plays 3 Force of Vigors against me. I mean, they pitched one. I have a Chalice, right? I guess I should have double checked. Okay, I do have Chalice. And I don't know. I just don't have a favorite deck anymore. Is the honest answer. I just like to build decks. Yeah, they should have waited for me to cast Grazer or something. Last card's Fury. It's a pretty good one. Pretty good one. Can ramp up to Golos, though. Just the fairway. I mean, my least favorite is your pet deck. I always hate to be the bearer of bad news about that one. But it's your pet deck. Yeah, let's just... I know we can get another bounce land off the Golos if we want. Maybe this is wrong though, because now I only have one Crumbling Vestige in the deck. Oh no, I could just play Vestige. Vestige. I can play Vestige and then get like Boros or Gruul Bounce Land, whatever, and then I'll have 5 colors off the Crumbling to spin next turn. Yeah, never mind. Why Vestige and not leave it mana for Boseiju? I mean, I'm just not playing around Blood Moon by paying 2 life with the Fury in play and turning into a 3-turn clock, right? I think it's like way more relevant to not just be dead into 3 hits by the Fury than play around top deck Blood Moon, but maybe it is more relevant. Get to spin next turn. With Vestige, you don't lose life. Yeah, exactly. I didn't shock the breeding pool in. I'm confused. Tell me exactly what you want me to do to like not pay 2 life to breeding pool and hold up the Boseiju. I'm confused. Oh, you wanted me to go Vestige, use the mana for Vestige for Grazer. Yeah, sorry, obviously. Yeah, that was correct. I see. Oh, let's spin. I think spinning is a bit better against Force of Negation, which is definitely a card they could have here. Thinking just we're getting Leveler. Meta copy Fury. I'd like way rather Leveler. I guess mana efficiency is a thing, but I don't have enough mana to storm and level. Yeah, Defense Grid is in Modern, but you never want to play Defense Grid in your Karn sideboard, because if you're resolving a Karn, it's not relevant to like think about your opponent's counter spells. Could take 6. It's fine, take 6. Does that make sense? If you're resolving your Karn, the Great Creator, you don't need to you never need to tutor for something to stop your opponent's counter spells, or like at the very least not often enough to play a card that stops it. What art is behind me? I've got the. It's the like Japanese mystical archive. Whatever that thing was called, the Strixhaven cards, the Demonic Tutor and the Opt, and then Jade Avenger, Jade Avenger, Jade Avenger, Jade Avenger, Jade Avenger, Jade Avenger, Hymn to Turok, Emrakul Island on the other side. Okay, well, level time. Mystical Archive. Okay, Mystical Archive them. Why him? So the main reason to have him on my wall here, and maybe I can show you, is that when I look at it, I look at the art and it's cool, and it makes my brain appreciate artistic integrity and beauty, and I go, wow, that is sure a beautiful piece of art, and I say, I'd like to have that on my wall to look at. That's why him. Yeah, that's not Wishing Well. I actually thought it was at first. It's actually just an island. Had a deck tech? Okay, thank you. Wait, we have 2 deck techs in the queue? Damn it. Okay, that's okay. Hold on, I'm going to do little things, though. So I just want to, I think, do this. Anybody ever Sculpting Steel the Cityscape Leveler before? Just grab a Talisman for next turn. I guess this attack with Golos is bad because they can have Answer for Chalice into Violent Outburst into top deck bounce spell. To answer your question, I have nothing better to do. Thank you for your channel points. Thank you for your donation. Classic Vat of Rebirth meme. We also have Imperator Yawgmoth, which is cool. Let's get a 4-1 prediction going, though. When I was playing the like Convoke Imperasaur deck, I did think that a really important element of the card, of the deck, of whatever, a really important element of this formula was having Torch Courier. The 1-mana 1/1, sacrifice to give it a creature haste, being able to go like end of turn, Court of Calling, find that, and then Convoke Imperasaur, attack. I found that was a really important dynamic, good dynamic. Okay, so I can play Sculpting Steel. Okay, Karn is definitely the better card to get. Karn is the better card to get. I want to just mess around with Sculpting Steel lines though, because I can go Amulet, copy, Bounce Land, Sculpting Steel, Grazer, 6-mana Storm, and I just want to play around with the Sculpting Steel lines. It's not the right card to take. I just want to like take a line. And so you're also in the I probably play second Colony Garden with 4 Grazer. Second Rot Farm with the 4 Colony Garden, 4 Grazer. I think that's kind of interesting. I think I hate Diabolic Intent here. I think I hate it. I not only hate it, but I don't like it. So it's like I think intent in your Convoke decks is really. I mean, I guess I did play it in the Sprout Swarm build, but that build's a little bit different, where you don't have like these 7-mana Convoke cards. You just have like 4-mana Convoke cards plus like the Sprout Swarm combo. With these like 7-mana Convoke spells, like Court of Calling for 4, Imperasaur, I really don't like the Diabolic Intent. Guess I probably should have just Rot Farm for info, but who cares? So yeah, Lucy's scooching around. I mean, it's just definitely these two. It does mean I'm a little bit short of. Oh no, because I could. Yeah, we're fine. Super game over. I mean, this matchup's got to be great. Run it back. Yeah, so I think I'd like to see you play second Golgari Rot Farm if you're going to be on the Arboreal Grazer tech. Again, if you're courting for 07, which is either court for Yawgmoth or you're convoking out Imperasaur, I don't think you should play Diabolic Intent. I think you should splash for Torch Courier, which is going to involve playing a more like fetch shock mana base. Like 6 fetches, 1 red source is probably fine, especially because you're courting for it a lot of the time. I probably prefer the 2-mana make a treasure card to Essence Warden. Maybe that's not true because of the Convoke requirements, but that is historically the case with the Evolution. I guess you don't have Evolution anymore. Yeah, maybe Essence Warden's better. Was Sculpting Steel a chat suggestion? Yeah. It was, and then we've just kind of been debating the like merits of Sculpting Steel versus Metamorph a little bit. Steel getting God of Stirrings is nice. Metamorph copying opponent's creatures is nice. Copy your Grazer happen every once in a while. Innkeeper over Warden. Well, I think that in this deck with no Eldritch Evolution and your Convoke plan, I think Warden probably is better, actually. I know it's weird to say. Oh, okay, so yeah, so I would go -1 intent, -2 intent for 1 Torch Keeper. And if you don't want to splash, red for Torch Keeper, you can play the Drawbridge, that taps and gives haste. That's fine. And then you also should play a what is the card called? Fierce Empath to find your Imperasaur, so you can chord for Imperasaur if you ever need to do that, which I feel like you will need to do that often enough. So I guess we're pretty dead. I was thinking it could get Imperiosaur where Evolution couldn't. Yeah, but it's just so bad. It's just not a good card, you know? It's not terrible, but it's obviously better with your Undying cards, but just don't think you want to play it. I want to play a Fierce Empath and I would play a Torch Courier instead. And then if you don't want to splash 4 Torch Courier, Drawbridge is fine. But like Cord for 1 is like way better. And also like Torch Courier taps for Convoke for Imperiosaur and then also gives it haste when you can't tap Drawbridge for Convoke and give haste. So a little downside there. Yeah, I don't even know about. Seeing Portable Hole though, I'm going to definitely be trying to sandbag my amulets till the turn I go off if I can. Although this is a hand that it cannot be sandbagging. You ever mulligan 3 amulets, bounce land, untap land, payoff before? Ah! Excel's a Thoughtseize, huh? Let's try an Arboreal Grazer win turn 2. Grazer. Azusa would also work. That doesn't work. Yeah, if I had 1 more mana, I would just Karn Crypt, obviously. But being able to go 4th Amulet, 8 mana, yeah, just I think just get the 4th Amulet and play there. Obviously, like we just found enough Stirrings again, so like that's another point for Sculpting Steel. I think the count is actually 2-1 in favor of Steel. However, like this is a game we likely would win anyways, and I think we would have won the game against Red-Black had we had the Metamorph to copy the Fury. That would have been like super relevant. I also like punted really bad. I was feeling so smart because I copied a treasure token with my Sculpting Steel, so I could use 3 green for Storm the Festival, but there's a card in play that my opponent had stolen, so it didn't matter. Oh, whoops. Forgot to play the 4th Amulet. Probably be okay. Especially with that Karn draw. I think it is correct. And not like super correct, but correct enough to go Karn for Talisman for Lotus here. Ensnaring Bridge? Y'all are out of your mind with Ensnaring Bridge. Andrea was talking to me too about how every time he plays a Karn deck, people are always like, get Bridge? Get Coating? It's like you never get those cards. Unless you're really, really behind. No, y'all. Come on. Spend 7 mana, get 20. I'll take that deal. Damn good deal. Probably just gonna go ahead and use this. I'm a cardboard scrub. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be a cardboard scrub. But this is a spot where it's like just not. It's just very easy to win the game instead of like try to hide behind a bridge for no reason. Door time. Deck wins on turn 3 so consistently, y'all. Can win on turn 2. Just like regular Amulet, the rare turn 2s. Okay, so 4-1 that one. I want to keep going. Want to keep going. I definitely want to be up a forest. You know what? I feel like I'm just playing in so many blood moons. I think you just want 4 forests.